For media queries, it essentially is renders different CSS styles per screen size. So if you see I scroll down here, it changes what the style looks like, and here's the different CSS. And then again down. It's typically used for desktop to tablet, and then to phone versions of CSS. So you can have jQuery integrated for that. So basically how to start out and do this, you usually just make a new folder and just call that, I'll call it media queries. I don't really care about that typo. And then we'll go inside and just set up the basic folder hierarchy. So basically we have our CSS, our media queries, so I just usually call those ones MQ. And then I'll just put an images folder, just so you know this is where it's basically going. From here, we're just going to go into Dreamweaver, and then we'll set up our file folders, manage the sites. So just go in here, create a new site. I'll call this media queries, and then choose the file. Let's just go to your desktop, wherever you put it, and then media queries, and then choose that and save. Alright, and then we'll create a new index page basically, so just go to File, New. Make sure you always use HTML5, it's just standard practice now. All the other stuff isn't really used, so I always make sure I'm on HTML5 to create that. So we'll create this page here, and it's going to set us up. And then we'll just save it as index, and inside of the media queries website. Save. Okay, so that's basically what you first need to do to set up to do the media queries. From inside here, it's all pretty straightforward and simple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to Modify, and then Media Queries. Click on that. I'll use site-wide media queries, so it's basically going to specify a page that I want to do. We'll create a new one, a new file, and I'll name that media query. First I got to specify where it's going to, so we'll put it inside of that media query folder over here, and I'm going to save it as just media query, so mq.mq is what it'll come up as. And hit OK. Most of the time you can use your standard default presets, which will essentially create your size and screens match with what they can do, and minimum widths, all that stuff. So it'll automatically set up the widths that you want in order for the page to adhere to what you have. So we gotta save these at their places, proper places. Sorry. Create a new file, and then just go over here to your files. Go to your CSS. And then just type the name for each. So this one's phone, we'll save it as phone. We have tablet, so create another new file. Make sure over in CSS. Type this one in as tablet. I'll save that one over there. Desktop. Go into CSS again. Desktop. We'll save that. And that's basically it for the media queries. It's all set up to go. Now all you have to do is essentially go into your files that you have here and edit them, and then whenever you skew down and change your file size, it'll adhere to the CSS styles. So we'll click OK here. So instead of having an actual style sheet, it's going to have this link here, and whatever it basically is telling it in the media queries actually looks like this. It's going to adhere to the CSS and make it do that. Yep. So we can go over here and go into our media queries and drop that down, and then we can have desktop and edit inside this page. So now we have all of the desktop styles and whatnot that we have inside of it. So you can actually see up here too, there's phone, tablet, and desktop.css, and my normal source code. Alright, so I'll just quickly do something in here to show you how it actually works. So let's have an H1. So this is media queries. I'm going to go into my desktop and just grab that H1. And I'll do text align center, and I'll change the color. If it wants to open, there we go. And then save that. I'll go into tablet, grab the H1 again. I'll actually just do, yeah. And color. Make that a blue. And then phone, grab the H1 again. Color. Let's make this one yellow. Alright, so basically we have it all set up so each one, when it adheres to the rules of the CSS, it's going to change across its browser sizing. So go back into our source code again. This is what it looks like here, and that's what it'll look like when it is in its desktop version. You can go down here on Dreamweaver and actually click, and it'll see that this adheres to the different sizes, what it looks like. For some reason it doesn't want to grab this one because it's actually smaller, so I'll just show you inside of an actual website. So we'll just save this, close this down, and then go into our media queries site. So then we'll open that up. So right now basically is our standard media query website. So right now it's just adhering to the desktop version. And then when we skew down here, it should go to a tablet, so there's a tablet version. And then down even less, and it'll go over to the phone version.